So maybe that ain't happening. What can you do? You can't win them all. Don't know where that is. Where in the heck? If you were me, where would you put the piece that goes to the mouse? I swear I just didn't throw that in the washer. I think I just threw it in the washer. Hey Brandy, that's my favorite mouse. I hope I did not just do that. But I don't see it nowhere. Wait a minute, uh-oh. Lies I tell. The lies I tell. Anything could have happened because I've been moving around a lot, trying to wash clothes and covers and rugs and the Marcus and Feisty situation has the internet going crazy. Well, you know what the thing is though about the whole Marcus thing? Whatever he is doing, so Brady, I don't know how familiar you are with me, but I erased like 300 and some videos. Well over 300. And the thing is, whatever's going on with this young man isn't new. It isn't the first time. It isn't the only time. It's kind of like ongoing, repetitive. You know, it's just what that person does, oddly enough. It's just part of their character. Allegedly. Allegedly. Allegedly part of their character. So this isn't the first time that anybody, and this is all allegedly, we don't know, and in real life we don't care. But, you know, the reality is, that's how I got put on to Marcus, because I ran across somebody's video, and they had like 200, 300K on a video where they were talking about Marcus. So, and kind of explaining what they seen and what, you know, so that's how I ran into him. I know he thinks everybody knows him and he's like the big dog and whatever it was. Yeah, Brandy, I don't know. It's a lot to take in. But I'm going to tell you this. At the end of the day, and I'm not justifying nothing, but men are men. I've always hung around with men. So what I see Marcus doing, well, you know, men are men. I'm going to stick with that. And even your own man, you don't know what he's done, what he is doing, you know. Women, we get off and we do some wild things too. So I'm not going to act like this is the first time I've seen somebody doing, you know, I'm just not going to act like it. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Them are things he chooses to, you know, bring to the internet and share, and, you know, you're going to get different opinions on it. What's the deal with the cats? I just like the pictures, that's all. It goes with the theme of the whole YouTube group. Blah, blah, blah. I turned it into Gucci and Dior and Prada, and just the whole theme carries throughout the whole house. People are acting shocked. He had a whole baby with his interviewee who was also homeless and in the streets. Yeah, please erase that comment, Brandy. Yeah, no, I get it. No, we all know the same things. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Sometimes we just have to realize, if I go out there and I display A, B, C, and D in front of your eyes, and there's times I come on here, you know, on tilt. And what I mean by on tilt, you know, I get a little crazy. I cuss. I do all that. You know, don't think I'm this wholesome granny. I'm not. But when I come and display those things in front of you guys repetitively, and people are saying, "Hey, she did this with me and in front of me, and I seen this with my own eyes," I it would be hard for me to be mad because I displayed those things to you. You see what I'm saying? I could have kept it quiet. I could have kept it secret and just pretended I was this type of person in front of you, but instead I just keep kind of like telling on myself. So I can't be mad when you guys are like, "Hey, Granny, you need to check yourself, before you wreck yourself. You're living kind of wild. Is this what you really want to do?" So it's kind of like, yeah, it's just wild. It's what can you do? Yeah, certain things we just can't say, Brandy. If I don't remove it, YouTube will end up removing it. So the thing is to not, contaminate my chat, or just it is what it is. YouTube is changing. A lot of people might allow some other things on their channel, but I've realized why I even do it. It ain't even it ain't worth it. But you know. But besides that, how are we doing? Life doesn't consist of just Marcus and Marcus only. How are we doing? Marcus is just the topic. It's not even that he's the topic. His interviewees are our topic of discussion. So they're not the only people in the world. They're not. There's other things to talk about. I am willing to converse. Let's converse about how my pictures are crooked. And it's driving your girl crazy. No, but this is how I feel. Content is just something I do on the side, and I take my money and I spend it back in the community and stuff like that. But there's more than that to me. I have more than that to offer. I don't live, eat, and sleep content. I love a good conversation on many different levels. I invite it. I dare to be different. Your pictures are fine on your wall. No, they're crooked. They are crooked. They are crooked. I don't know why you can't see that. Listen, all my pictures. Let me show you these pictures. Oh, you think these pictures are crooked? Oh, these ones are really crooked. Let me show you what crooked really looks like. You want to see what crooked looks like? I am the queen of crooked. I am the queen of crooked pictures. I still haven't even painted this frame. These are so these are so crooked, it ain't even funny. I just go over there with the hammer and the tacks, and I'm eyeballing it. I ain't got time for that. I sit there and look at it for a couple hours or a day. I'm like, oh, let me tilt that side up a little bit. These are majorly crooked. You go ahead and do a backflip. You're so interested in doing backflips. I can actually do a backflip though, but it doesn't amuse me. It does not amuse me. I think it today. I'm like, how are you going to fit gym stuff in? Like with everything you got going on. I woke up this morning. I'm like, I had a plan. I'm like, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm gonna do everything. I like to handle my business way ahead of time. I don't know. I'm just funny like that. I don't want to make no room for error. Life is already hard enough. Let me tell you something, guys. When you got money and it's intended to go somewhere, go ahead and send that money to where it's supposed to go. Don't sit there and hold it and play around with it and, it's clever whenever. Now, if you got a bill that needs to be paid, whatever it is, ain't nothing wrong with paying it early. Listen, I ain't scared to pay my rent a couple months in advance. I darn sure ain't. I pay all my bills in advance and then Just keep paying on my bills. That's the best way to do it. Because anything in life can happen. Anything. That's how. It's not about being a Debbie, blah, blah, a Debbie Downer. It's not about like why you wishing bad luck on me or you. It ain't about that. When you walk into life or walking through life, you need to be aware of the things that could happen because there's a good chance that they might happen. You see what I'm saying? The things that will happen to you in life, don't think they're just going to happen to you. They've happened to millions before you. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's first nothing. So it doesn't hurt to be a little prepared for the situations that life will hit you with. Ain't nothing wrong with being prepared. Ain't nothing. Where the problem is when you're not prepared and everything hits you, now everything's falling apart because this popped up and you wasn't ready, and now what you gonna do, and should I pay the rent or should I fix my car? And it's not about being rich. There's very few, there's more poor people than rich people, but it's just about being prepared. Just have a couple dollars put up. And ain't nothing wrong with having a couple dollars put up. Kind of like that, what if, because that, you gotta, you just gotta think that, what if it actually happened? Why put yourself in another situation when those things are gonna happen? You act like your car ain't gonna break down. You act like, you know what I'm saying, an emergency ain't gonna come up, or you ain't gonna need this, or you might spend a little too much on groceries this month. We're all acting like these are things that don't happen. Hey, Granny. We're talking about my crooked pictures that I can never get even. How are you? Not morning. What is it? Lunchtime? How are you this lunchtime? I have to think what time it is. I'm like, what time is it? Child, I am washing clothes. Well, no, not clothes. I want to put a line about clothes. I probably will wash some clothes today, but I'm washing like the big stuff, the towels, the rugs, the blankets, all them things. No, okay, let me tell you something. I have the worst luck in life. I cannot make this up, y'all. That's why sometimes I used to come on here and share more of my personal life, just so people could understand. Part of me says karma gotta be real, because when things hit me, it's never cheap things. It's never like a couple $100 things. I don't even know what that looks like. When things hit me, you'll be like, oh, well, where are you getting that from? Oh. And it happens like back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. I'm talking about big dog issues. And I'll be like, no wonder I'm running around here with the NPs. I'm just going through it. Like, this is a wild ride. What's more important, a car note or rent? So let me tell you this. We got to quit trying to compete with the Joneses, with these cars and these houses and all of this stuff. And I'm going to explain to you why. You don't own that house till it's paid off. You don't own that car till it's paid off. And even when it's paid off, you think it's yours, but anybody, I don't want to say anybody, but people can come in there and take it. You got to lien on your home. I mean, it's just so many, just for you not even cutting your grass. So it's so many different aspects. So this is my thing. Let me get to the car. What we need to start doing, we need to start saving and buying cash cars. And what I mean by a cash car is a car that you can afford to pay 90% of right then. Right then. Now when you do that, let me tell you what you escape. You escape that high insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because, when you're leasing a car or whatever it is, you have to have full coverage, whatever. Now, if you think you need full coverage, I ain't mad at you, but there's ways you can get your insurance together where you're not, now because you're making this car note payment, Do you know what can happen in life? And you're putting yourself in a situation where you have to pay a car note, your means of transportation, that you cannot move around without it. Anything can happen to you any given day. And now you got to worry about rent, car note, high insurance, this. No, we need to make life easier. I need the car to make the money. I need a house to rest my head. No, amen, I get it. I understand, but get a car you can afford. See, the thing is to not be in debt. And it doesn't necessarily have to be to credit cards and things like that. We can owe money to other people that has us in debt. One thing I learned about life, things are going to happen. And I'm telling you, if you're not financially stable, you will be choosing what you want to pay. Don't think that time will never come. Don't lie to yourself. Just don't do it. We have things that happen to us in life. If we have a family member that, is elder, just so many different things could occur in our life, our own health needs, whatever it is. Just don't get comfortable. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm telling you, when life hits you, it's going to hit you. And don't think you're going to go through life unscathed. That's all I'm saying. Don't put yourself in a position where you're gonna be unhoused, where you could be, just you gotta think ahead. Yeah, it's nice you can do this and you can afford this, but you always better have that fear of what if. Quit acting like life will not life you. Life will life you even if it's just, hey, my car's broke down and now I need $3,000 to fix the car. Well, that's funny because you only got half the rent money in the bank. So what you gonna do? Now you have a car payment. Now you have this. Now you have. Just think, just gotta think about it. Navigate comfortable in life. Things can happen. And now this is something else we have to realize. We think we need the best of the best. No, we don't. No, we don't. You don't need to have a $4,000 couch. You can have a $700 couch. You see what I'm saying? You just don't have to. You do not have to. We pride ourselves in things that mean absolutely nothing on a daily basis. Like I know you've heard the phrase, you can't take it with you. And even though you can, you ain't got to spend it and put it all up neither. You just do not have to do that. Because most of us will have children or have obligations or, you see? The way the world works. Whatever you were to leave your children, it'll be gone anyways. Money ain't worth what it used to be worth. You see what I'm saying? So, is there really enough that you can ever leave anybody? If you think about the grand scheme of things, somebody not working, somebody not doing this, hospital bills, emergency this. I mean, not just hospital bills, doctor bills, emergency surgeries. These are things that are going to occur in your life at one point. You're not going to walk through that whole thing unscathed. Rent going up, this going up. These are all things. As long as I'm comfortable and happy, I can care less about what other people think. Live modestly. That's right. True story. Stop living for the internet, living above your means. True story. Facts. I'm telling you, I used to be that same arrogant person. I was young. I'm telling you, I was 18, 19. And I lived such a luxurious life. I had water fountains in the house, big, large fireplaces. I lived a really, really nice life. And I'm telling you, I was so besides myself. And I lived a nice life for a majority of my life. And for the longest, I was so besides myself, I was just looking at everybody with disgust, like, how dare you be down bad? Look how your children looking. Look how you looking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got no furniture in your house. Look at me. I'm a big dog. You see me. I mean, ignorant arrogance. Ignorant arrogance. And I'm telling you, my father had to check me. He had to check me. I went out there. I just told the story in another video. There's a lot of stories, but it's just this one that sticks in my mind. I went out there and I had gifts and nice gifts, diamond earrings, all types of stuff. My father put me in my car and sent me back home. I was in the house all of maybe under 10 minutes. And all he kept saying was, you went and did this because you could do this and you thought you did something? And at that point, he let me know I was just existing. I had life screwed up. He don't know what I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? I had no value. What I valued things in meant absolutely nothing. He made me feel pretty bad about myself. Pretty bad about myself. But what's so crazy is the things he was saying, he was always, it's not like that was his first time saying it to me. That just happened to be the time I heard it. And what stuck with me when he said you're only existing, here I am thinking I'm in my best. I'm at my best to be this age. I'm at my best. Man, miss me with the, I'm at my best. You see what I'm saying? I'm like where a grown-up should be. I'm at my best. And I just remember him saying, even when you're at your best, you're never at your best. Who are you lying to? He's like, so you want me to pat you on your back because you made some money to take care of you and the children you laid up and had? You want me to pat you on your back? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work. And that's when he explained to me there's different levels to everything. Life is the same. But once again, all these things he had been telling me, but they're like, because, you know, I'm young. I know everything. I'm like everybody else young. I know everything. But he was just letting me know that however I was looking at life, whatever it was, how my mind was processing it, A, B, C, and all the above, I was so far off from what it really was. And I couldn't even stand before him. He was more ashamed of me. It wasn't what I was doing. It's how I was carrying myself, conducting myself, and acting. What the thoughts I had. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mentally, not nothing like that. Just, that was an embarrassment. That was a shameful moment. Like, you've come from a man like me with true values. I do what men really do. You know what I'm saying? I fathered you like no other. I raised you a certain way. So when I see you out here being arrogant, this, that, and this, and my dad owned a business, that's how I got into helping people. He helped people. He wasn't going broke. But my mom used to always say, you're going to go broke. He wasn't going to go broke because the business he had was profitable. But he didn't have a limit on how he would help people. He did whatever his heart told him. If that meant he had to come home and argue with his wife about it. So as in that aspect, I will never equal him. I will never be as great. There's times I still get beside myself. I lose my view of what helping means. I let my feelings get in front of me. I let what I have going on in life prevent me from helping people sometimes. And with that being said, shame on me. I could never be the person he was. But because of the person he was, that's why I'm the person I am. You know, and I appreciate that. A lot of us don't get to have those type of parents in our life. And the fact that it was my dad and, you know, just made it even more special. They don't make a lot of men like him anymore. You know, this is something, qualities you would see like in your grandparents, something like that. And it was a blessing to have a man like that. It was just a blessing just to have one parent like that. You know what I mean? Something we don't get. You got to think about it. We all come from struggle. We all come from stories. We all come from situations. So it's a blessing. Even though my dad is in heaven and whatever it is, it was a blessing just to have him. However many years I had him, in which when he went to heaven, I was a grown woman. So, yeah, a blessing. A blessing that he's been able to spread. You know, my children are imperfect. I'm imperfect. I crash out. Man, I do the most. You don't even know me like that. I'm telling you. This is the YouTube representative. But even with my children, you know, and even like these people I do videos on or the people I mentor or whatever it is, one thing I want us to realize, we cannot change nobody. As an elder, as an adult, as a monarch in your family, just all those different situations, your job is you're meant to lead through Word and example. Now, just because you're doing everything right, or you might be, you can't expect all your children to do it. They're not, you know what I'm saying? You're lucky if you get a couple, that achieve and do this and do that. But that being said, it's okay because we're all not meant to. There's different levels in winning. Not everybody can be the president. Not everybody can be. You see what I'm saying? Work at Walmart. It takes all of us to make the world work. But you have to be willing to take in the gems, even though you might not use them. Maybe even as far as down to 20 years down the line. So like my kids, we got a variety of age groups, and my father basically told them all the same thing in different ways. My father stood on what he stood on. Be honest, don't hurt others. He was very specific about what he wanted my children to do, and one of them was, don't worry about being rich. Don't just do what you can do. Worry about being a good person. That's what you worry about. Worry about being a good person. That's your first and number one goal. So, and he gave them a bunch of other things that he wanted them to do. Little men talks and granddaughter talks and whatever. But do you think they used every last one of those things he said? No. They're in there. And there'll be times where one of my children come to me and be like, yeah, I remember Pappy said, or one of my teachers said, and this is something somebody said to him years ago, but it just now clicked in, and now they're using it. So you see what I'm saying? So being an adult, you talk till you're blue in the face, because you never know that one time you might say something to somebody that might kick in. Here's another example. Okay, let's take my daughter, for example. I'm her mom. You guys know I move a certain way. I've had a certain lifestyle, whatever it is. Don't think there's nothing I have not talked to her about 10,000 times over. She came to me the other day, and I was almost offended. But me being a grown woman, I understand how it works. She said, yeah, my mom's friend told me A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, I'm just thinking like, but A, B, C, and D, I taught you this like when you were little. And we've talked about this probably last week. So the fact that somebody's mom was able to tell you this, and it made sense to you, and now you want to put in your rule book and play it, and I just spoke to you about it last week, but see, so you see what I'm saying? So sometimes you never know where somebody's going to pick something up. The same thing has been said to them 1,000 times, but it might be Becky that says it, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, or dang, I remember when, now I understand what they were saying. Seriously loving your pictures. I know, I've always had like weird looks. My last look I was kind of like taken apart, like as time was going, because I was getting sick of looking at it. It was, I still got the pictures under here, but I had like big silver airplane pictures with, what are they called? The thing that spins, they actually spin, and I had 2 of them, and there's all types of stuff, but they were bright colors. I just got so sick of looking at the bright colors. Here I am with bright colors again, but it's a little bit less. We got some neutral tones in here. It's not like that. I like to look like spacey, futuristic, modern, but I'm just so sick of that modern, bright, bold. If it was up to me, this is why I'm trying to encourage my daughter to buy a house, so I can let you guys see my real decorating skills. I have a theme plan for every room, and I cannot make this up. Like an Indiana Jones type movie room, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go all out. The backyard, we're going to make it like Alice in Wonderland. It's going to be like a little checkerboard, not a checkerboard, like a chessboard. The whole ground is going to be like a chessboard. I got plans. Come on, little girl, let's get this house. She's the next in charge. She's the next monarch in charge. So I love all my children, but she has a lot of responsibility of her. When that day ever comes or whatever it is, we have to use reality. I might live longer than her, but if not, we know how it's intended, and somebody needs to take my place and be the monarch of the family and you know, the big dog. We don't have cousins and aunts and uncles. We have us. We have us. That's it. Me and my children, we have us. But there's no backup plans. You got to remember, when my father went to heaven, my team went. Phew. Hey, Solid Sunny. I'm 63. Please, every day, put God in your life first and foremost. And I'm from the streets, and I've been through the struggle. I'm from the streets, too. Never been in the house, never used my body. I'm from the streets, too. Responsibility, stay strong in love and peace, and most important in life. Amen. You guys, go follow my baby Solid Sunny on the go. She has a beautiful story. She's a beautiful person. She can definitely be one of my children. She has my attitude all the way. Sunny. So listen, now that Granny got you on here, should I dye the hair, or am I just rocking out? I'm getting sick of cutting my hair, which I'm always going to have to cut it, but should I just go ahead and let it go gray like when I first started doing YouTube and it was all gray? Or what? I don't want to color it no more. I don't want to, baby. I don't want to. You always say that, Sonny, but listen, let me tell you something. One day, the things I'm speaking of, this is why you might need to hear this gem right now. The things I'm speaking of, you're going to face, and everybody else is going to face on here. These are things that your daddy goes through. You don't think he thinks about this? Yeah, that's ugly. We don't want to hear whatever it is, but I want you to remember this, Sonny. We were all born to go to heaven. All of us. Every last one of us. And with that being said, when you have children and grandchildren and things like that, you kind of have to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, up on your game and have that reality in your mind. Because the last thing you want to do is leave. Your children need you. I want you to understand this. Your children need you no matter if you're the best mom, best dad, worst. Your children need you. When you're no longer there, there's no, they can't go to you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, if you kind of can leave a little bit of help for them, whatever it is, or make them realize their roles in life or whatever it is, be that person. Don't have them children out there clueless on their own. I know you asked Sonny, but you look great with that salt and pepper hair. Let it turn silver. Your hair looks good how it is, beautiful. I don't know. I don't know, because the older I get, the lighter my skin gets. I don't know. My children hate it. I'm telling you, their biggest pet peeve about me is the fact I don't have metal in my mouth anymore. Every time, if my kids were to come over here right now, someone's going to say, what they say last time? Grandma, don't smile. What my daughter say? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. And then they all just start chiming in. And I'm kind of agreeing with them on that aspect. Like all this natural stuff, even though I've always been a natural woman and never wore a lot of makeup, whatever it is, I've always colored my hair, I've always had gold teeth or diamonds, or I've always had something that just makes my look a little bit different, and I've had it for decades. So the fact that I have this look now, even though I'm a certain age, this isn't the look I'm used to looking at. It ain't about age and nothing like that. White teeth? What is that? White teeth are ugly to me. I'm going to be so honest. White teeth are ugly to me. That's why you see I don't have them super white teeth. White teeth are ugly to me. They're just, I don't know. I don't know. I like myself to look a certain way, and I've looked a certain way for so long. So when I look in the mirror, I don't feel like I'm looking at me. I like this is an imposter. This is not me, y'all. It's a little different. I'm with my children on this. I don't like it. And like, I don't know. I don't know what gold teeth look like on everybody else and teeth with diamonds. That ain't my business. But on me, it was truly beautiful. It was just, it was beautiful. You got to figure I had that kissed by the sun skin look. It was just, I put that smile on you. You're looking like, because you just don't expect it. It was just, I don't know. It was just working. Blonde hair, it was working. Now, I ain't getting no gold caps. That's that cheapish. I ain't doing that. I am not doing that. I don't know. So, if I do end up doing something, I'm gonna get like some solids. Some solids on a, like a root canal type deal, maybe. Because I don't want it. I don't want it to come out. I'm not doing a cap. A cap got to be replaced. You see what I'm saying? You got to think about all them things. Not, yeah, but I like my look. I like my look I had. And yeah, even though I'm still pretty, whatever it is, that's fine and that's good, that's dandy. But this isn't the look for me. This, it just isn't. It just is not the look for me. You guys, I think I got a video starting at 2. It might even, I did start at 1. I don't know. I don't want to be no fibber. I don't want to tell no fibs. Don't get a BBL or our lashes. No, I could have got a BBL already. I used to have a big behind. So it's not like I've never had none of those things. No, I'm very content with my body. That's never been a problem for me. Believe it or not, men like natural beauty. And I've never had a problem. Only time I really had is after I had a baby. So I've never had a problem. You know, yeah, they like whatever. But I've never had a problem. Natural beauty has always spoke for itself. So, you know, that's always been a man's hand-down preference. So, you know, I'm just saying. A man likes whatever, but what a man also likes is when he can wake up in the morning and this is bad as it gets. It's different when you wash that makeup off and you take them clothes off and you see what I'm saying. So when you wake up and this is as bad as it gets, they want that. They you know, I'm just saying. The only time they're willing to accept all that is when that ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Then they're like, oh yeah, well she got, and I like it. But this, when your face card never declines, they're calling that's a win. That's why I always tell these girls, don't go get those BBLs, all that other stuff. All you're doing is kind of marketing yourself as a layup tool. You know, like when men and women meet each other, they're already like, yeah, I'm gonna smash. You know, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Try to give yourself some substance. You know what I'm saying? Just because you do that, you're not going to become anybody's wife, anybody's this, anybody. It just gives you an option of what you want to do first. That's it. So just as it's nice being beautiful and handsome and this and that, in real life it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's a blessing. Yeah, it's nice, but it doesn't really do anything. Beauty doesn't define you. It just means somebody just sprinkled a little bit of extra on you, you know, and that's it. It's a blessing to be beautiful, but it's not your only blessing. It's not your major, your first, you know. Hey, Gerald. That's how we get into these bad relationships because we're like, ooh, he looks good, she looks good. So. We're looking visually and then we're like, oh man, who is this person? Because when you meet somebody, you're really just meeting the representative. That's who you're meeting for like the first couple of years is the representative. I do like though the way that the little light hair like highlights my face. Like I ain't tripping about that. Cause you guys know when I do my blonde, which really looks like brown, it frames my face. So I ain't mad at that. So man, when you first meet women, now be honest, are you like, oh, I love her mind? Oh, she's so intelligent. Or are we like, oh, she's beautiful. I want her. Let's just be honest. Ladies, when you're meeting men, are you like, oh, he's so intelligent? Or are you like, oh man, look what he can do for me? Or, oh, he got a bag, or oh, he's just so worldly. What are we looking at? Let's be honest. A lot of us can't say nothing because their spouses might read it. I love her personality first and foremost. Okay, I understand that, but how did you get to the point of the personality? How did you get to the point of even knowing her personality? Let's be real. Because it's not like you guys were back to back and you heard her talking and you're like, oh, who's this funny lady? Oh my God. Oh, hey, call me. We all know that ain't how it went down. You learned about her personality. Now let's be honest. Good question. Let me ponder on that. Well, I'm going to be honest. Every last person I ran across and took down, it was because there was an attraction. I'm not going to lie. I was attracted. That's what I liked. It's not because I've seen a future husband. I didn't see none of that. I seen what I wanted right then. Hey, Lions. Looks at first. That's right. Looks at first. So, see, this is how we make bad decisions. Because we're like, oh, here's this beautiful woman. I gotta get her number. And then along the way, we're seeing things that we don't like, but they're so beautiful. And now we're lusting and we're feeling this certain way. And these things feel like this and we like it here. That's how it happens. I do have a baby by somebody that ain't even, well, he's up to par, but I would have never. Hey, I'm the people's champ. How are you? How's the baby doing? Don, it ain't never that serious. And I'm going to hope you're young. I'm going to hope that's a young boy conversation. I hope that ain't no grown, because that just shows you're kind of desperate. You don't get it when you want to. It says a lot about a man. Experienced man would never. He ain't got to talk like that because he lives that life. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah. Take that gem. Bless you, chat. Getting a little weird. Good, getting big. I'm glad to hear that. How's the work been going? I am the people's champ. So let me tell you how I've been messing up at work. Let me share this with you. Manager to manager. I cannot make this up. I've been thinking about this every day. Now, I don't know what's going on when I go to input these numbers, but something is going wrong. Where I'm typing in a certain amount, and that certain amount, it's showing a whole different amount. Bruh, I'm telling you, I did it like 3 times already. It's a reoccurring issue. I'm like, do I need to get a stylus pen? Because the way it's a touch screen, you know what I'm saying, and a keyboard. And it got like little slots, you know, dollars, quarters. Am I hitting the quarters and putting the amount in? Like, if I know the drawer starts at a certain amount, there's no way I'm typing anything but. You see what I'm saying? So then when it shows that it's only half of what's supposed to be in there, yes, I've hand keyed wrong. So am I hand keying in the wrong place? What the F is going on? Now I stood behind my brand, me being this manager, this power player, and I'm looking like a whole F goofy. Oh, I'm saying it so. I am definitely saying it so. I am 100% saying it so. The money's always right though. One thing, the money ain't never missing, especially not nothing out of my drawer. No way, never. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make myself look insufficient. Like, this is who you brag about. What's going on here? You know, the one thing you cannot do. Them numbers have to be right, and if they're off, it better not be because of you. It is because of me. I'm like, just fire myself at this point. Like, what the heck? So that's why I'm like, I should get a stylus pen and maybe get in there, because the one time we looked at it, she's like, yeah, you just missed the wrong button. Okay, so is this a reoccurrence but just on a different screen? Because no way am I typing that wrong number in. Not, you see, it doesn't even logically over and over and over and over. No, no, no. Just be careful. These folks will do it to you. Well, don't worry, because I'm going to do it to myself. So ain't nobody even going to have time to do me, because I'm going to do it to myself. I'm like, oh my God, now is not the time out of all the things you could be doing. Why the numbers? I mean, you can mess up in so many other areas that could be overlooked. You see what I'm saying? Why the numbers? And when I'm telling you, I got decades of management experience in me. The only thing that's changed is the computer systems. And I feel like they're defeating me. They're really defeating me. And it's just so... They don't have the best system. And it's not the hardest system, but it's not like a... Well, you would expect it up to date, make sense, everything spaced out sensibly. You understand where I'm going with this? Just take your time, folks. Don't play with that money. Take your time. Yeah, I'm stressed out. I don't even want to go to work. I'm like, and what makes it so bad? When I look, and I'll look before I press anything, and I'll see it says the amount that it's supposed to. I'll double check like 20 times because I know this is an occurrence. And when I press that button, and I know because I've made sure these numbers, they might be off by a couple dollars, but they're, you know, what they're supposed to be. And I press that button, and I'll find out hours later that it says something totally different. I'm like, what the? I had to tell my manager, listen, can you just take the camera, zoom in, and like help me figure this out, because a money count, that's one thing. You see what I'm saying? Those things do happen. But for me to keep hand keying something in wrong, I'm definitely pushing something wrong. Or is it I have like a case of the fat fingers where I think I'm pushing this, but I'm really pushing this. Alright, Lion. Love you, honey bun. Stressing me out. Stressing me out. Making myself look bad. Oh. Well, something is going wrong somewhere. It is not a good look. A little disappointed in myself. That's why I said, do I need to stop before I go buy a stylus pen? You know, I want her to just review the video. The last two, because I did last week too. No, I did last week and the week before. Go review both those videos and tell me what I'm doing so I won't hit it again. Stressing me out a little bit. It's definitely stressing me out. Applying pressure without trying to apply pressure. It's like pa, 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 pa. You guys, we got this new washing machine, and it's like a gadget, more or less like a gadget. My sister likes little electrical gadgets. That's why there's a YouTube room back here. So this is separate from that. I'm more of a simple type gal, you know what I'm saying? I just like what I like. And this stupid washer, you guys, I cannot make this up. It turns off if the slightest thing is wrong. There's no turning, no knobs. It's all push button and all this other stuff. Locks. You can't unlock the door. You gotta wait for it to, I mean, I'm so stressed out. So I'm trying to do my heavy laundry this morning, my comforters, my throws, stuff like that. And I guess the washer's off balance. And it won't do anything. It just completely stopped the cycle. So I go out there thinking my stuff's done. I got the other load in my hand. You know what I'm saying? The whole house is stripped. Now I got to take one cover out and only wash one at a time because who knows at what part of the cycle it stopped. I see dirty water. Stressed out. I'm telling you. It ain't even... Disappointed in yourself? Do you need a prescription? No, I do not need no prescription. I don't need none of that. Are you wearing your glasses when you're at the register? I am not, because now here's the thing. My glasses, even if I use my reading glasses, they're only good like at a, you see what I'm saying, a farther level. They don't work at a certain level. Just like my glasses for seeing far, they don't work unless it's really far. So it's kind of like stressed out. That was the point of me getting the glasses, remember? That's why I got the glasses. So if I put the glasses up to see close, if I'm close like this within the arm's reach, it's blurry. Do you see what I'm saying? With the glasses. It's already kind of blurry without the glasses, but it's doable. It's not blurry like I can't do it. It's uncomfortable. It's normal for me. Like very little blurriness. I don't know. I don't know what the heck. Oh, that's why I asked her. I'm like, can you just please watch back the video? I'm begging you to watch back to that exact second and tell me what I'm doing wrong, because it's not making sense to me. Like I said, a miscount on money is one thing, but a hand keying and not even keying close to what I'm keying half the number in. It sounds to me like instead of putting something in a ones place, am I putting it in a 50-cent place? Like, is the screen being cut off at the bottom, is that affecting my punch? Do we need to calibrate that? Is it me? Like, yeah. Is it a combination of both? Blurry, yeah, nearsighted or farsighted. You can't mess up the count like the corner boys. So the corner boys don't mess up their counts. That's what I'm saying. I'm not messing up the count. That's what I'm not messing up on. I'm not messing up on the count. But whatever I'm entering is not what I've counted. It somehow is getting cut in half. That's why I say I gotta be putting it in the wrong. I don't know. The corner boys ain't messing up their count. They're counting it through wind, rain, snow, arguments. You're not messing that up. Sorry, you guys. I do it out to the side in case children are on here. I'm gonna pick that up for me. You're gonna do that. You're gonna learn that habit on your own. Yeah, I tell you what. I don't even want to go to work. I'm like, what am I gonna do next? Oh, what am I gonna do next? When's it gonna be the next time where they're just gonna be like, no ma'am, no ma'am, we're tired of this. Because what it does, it makes everything look short. So you figure when you're dealing with any operation, any store, any facility, anything that generates money, not all their departments are like in one room where they can go say, hey, can you tell me why this is like this? And this is, there's often like days in between them talking to each other or finding out, and communication. So it just looks like the money's short. They're like, hey, where's our money at? And they want to know, you know. Go to work, I felt the same way. And for me to be such a team player, what the heck? And my boss, I got her saying things to me like, yeah, because you got a lot going on outside of work. No, I ain't got, whatever I got going on in life is normal to me. Just because, and here's another thing I want to get into. You're not supposed to talk about stuff with your coworkers, but you're going to end up talking about stuff with your coworkers. You see what I'm saying? And they'll blame it on every which way from Saturday to why you're performing the way you're performing, instead of you being undertrained, or it could be a problem with the system, or maybe there's not enough staff, or it's just always a reason. And even though that person could have more going on in their life, or things that you would never have going on in your life, and whatever it is, just a little rule of thumb. When it comes to money, they want it correct in all times, including when inventory. Facts. And don't even bring up the inventory thing. Don't even bring up the inventory thing. So now let me tell you what's going on. So, as you know, I've told you before, we don't have a strong staff. We don't. And now, since they do expect everything from certain people, they got you, hey, sign here. If you do this wrong, you're fired. That's how we run things up there. And I'm like, man, you got me signing things, but the things I'm doing are involving other people. You see what I'm saying? So I could get took down for what someone else did, but because we're all in management, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, Ohio in the house. It don't matter if my job has a union or not. It's about management, money, and numbers. They don't care about nothing outside of that. You will never win. They're hiring you because you're supposed to be a numbers person. Anything outside of that, they don't want to hear about. Yeah, they don't care about that. They've hired you for one purpose, for you to take care of their staff, their building, and their money. Listen, you guys, I gotta go. My video is premiering. I don't even know if I put it on premiere. You guys go watch my video. It's about ASI. You guys please like, hype, and subscribe. I will see you guys later. Maybe I'll do it live tonight. Who knows? But I love you guys. Stay great.